Hi guys, and welcome to a simple and quick review about The Huntress by Kate Quinn. The Huntress came out this year and I was excited for it because the Alice Network came out last year and I really liked the Alice Network. I had some qualms with it. It wasn't my favorite, but I still liked it enough to recommend it to people who were like interested in that category, and it was still a solid read. So when The Huntress came out, I was a little I was a little more hesitant on it than some other books that also came out this year around the same time. There was a kind of a huge historical fiction push at that same time, but I got around to it. I finally got it checked out from the library and I'm so glad I did. So The Huntress follows the Huntress. It follows Nina, who is a bomber pilot from Russia. It follows Jordan, who's a Bostonian, a little later on, and then it follows a journalist slash now Nazi hunter, Ian Graham, and then it also follows a translator. So the two girl stories, the main girl stories, Nina's story, who is the fighter bomber pilot, and then Jordan, the Bostonian, they're happening at separate times, but then their storylines all catch up. So the whole story is about the Huntress. So the Huntress is a woman who killed people, specifically children, after the war, and it was a war crime. It wasn't during the war or anything. And she killed some people who were also like fleeing camps and stuff. I think even after the war had been won and stuff. So she is a bad person. And then enters the story from Jordan. And Jordan is a Bostonian living with her father. He owns this little shop and she's working for him in the shop, and she has this like fiance that she set up with at the time, or a very serious boyfriend who's going to become her fiance. And she meets this woman that's dating her dad, and there's just something off about her. From the very get-go, there's something off about her, but she is lovely in like all other aspects. Jordan is an aspiring photographer. And then you travel back and you hear from Ian, and his translator. Ian is the Nazi hunter, and they're talking about the Huntress and kind of what went down. And Ian has a connection to the story because she killed his brother. So that's why out of all the people to pick from, all the Nazis to hunt down, even though they're not getting as much money lately, even though their firm is like really sliced down, he has decided just to focus on her. And then Nina's story comes in, and Nina is the one that takes you back in time to World War II, because all this stuff happens 5-6 years, I think, after World War II, maybe even a decade after. And she takes you back in time to World War II, where she lived in a gruesome Russia, way out in the outskirts, and learned to hunt. And her dad was quite cruel, and then she went off, and all she wanted to do was learn how to fly planes, and then learning how to fly planes gets her to become a bomber, which I never heard about the women bomber pilots coming out of Russia, so that was really cool. I think I heard about the Night Witches, which she also does talk about. But Nina and Jordan are truly the stars of the story, the female stars of the story, they're really stronger characters, and I was far more interested in their story, and I ended up really loving the story as a whole. I don't want to give away everything that goes down, because it is quite a new book, but it is definitely historical fiction, a little dash of romance thrown in, of course. I do love historical romance, but this one is not, it's definitely not the sole focus of it by any means. But the two main women, Jordan and Nina, I really do love their stories. And Ian, Matt, like him and the translator stories are kind of more flat for me. Like, there's a reason, there's a connection, but listen to them because you hear from them. You get to hear them talk. I really liked, the main things I really liked about the story was I don't know if I've read a lot of Nazi hunter books. I feel like I have lately, but I hadn't really at that time, so it was really exciting. And then the female characters were a huge juxtaposition. All three of them were completely different kinds of people, which I really liked, and I liked all of them. I liked all of them for who they were. Even the Huntress was a really interesting character. And then as well, the only thing that was a little, at the end, it's very theatrical, okay? That capturing and of hunting her down, the ending is very theatrical, like played out kind of like a movie scene, which I know most things are not like that, especially a Nazi hunter. But yeah, it's a theatrical ending, so that part I thought was a little bit cheesy, but most of the book I really liked. I did give it 5 stars, and let me know what you guys thought of The Huntress if you guys have read it, and thanks for watching my simple and quick review. See you guys next time. Bye!